Hello everybody, and welcome back to another exciting episode of the wonderful, wobulous Project Zomboid Apple save file. Today is going to be an exciting episode for two major reasons. First, we're heading off to the medical center to hopefully loot what is essentially, well, essentials. And number two, the month is ticking over, which means we should see a respawn of some zombies, which is going to make things a little difficult, I believe. Now, I say I believe because we've only been surviving for what? 8 days. I don't know if the zombie tick over happens at the beginning of the month or for every month you survive it ticks over. I guess we'll find that out this time around. If the month ticks over and we do deal with a lot of zombies today, then we're going to be dealing with well, we know how exactly it'll work, right? Holy crap, the minute I started recording I started sweating. I don't know what happens. I don't know if my heat's too high or something, but it's just one of those things I was like, totally fine, and the minute I turn on my energy, the minute I start commentating and talking about what we're going to do, all of a sudden I get like hot flashes coming across me, and these little pringly feelings, and I get this every so often. I think it's because the heat is just a little bit too high. Two things cause this. The heat is a little bit high in my apartment, which is fine. I like a warm apartment in the wintertime. It makes me comfy, cozy, are we, and I don't know the rest of the lyrics of that song. But the other thing that causes it is a lack of sleep, and I'm running on a lack of sleep pretty harsh right now. My sleep schedule is something we do discuss every once in a while on these, not necessarily Project Zomboid episodes, but just on episodes on my channel in general. And one of the major problems I have is this sleep schedule that is impossible for me to maintain. It'll be really good for like a week, and then it'll slowly, very, very slowly start to disintegrate into something kind of crazy and unmanageable, to the point where suddenly I'm up until 3 or 4 a.m. and sleeping till 2 or 3 p.m. So I will fix it, and typically I like to fix it on like early in the week so that when Dungeons and Dragons comes around, I'm back on a good sleep schedule. So when I get to go to bed after Dungeons and Dragons on Thursdays, I'll be able to, you know, get up at a decent hour and it won't affect me too much. But this is Friday morning when I'm recording this, and D&D was last night, and I haven't gone to bed yet because I figured, you know what, Mathis, let's just do it tonight. You were up late playing Dungeons and Dragons anyway, so if you go to bed now, you're not going to get your work done in time. You're going to wake up just barely in time for recording Europa Universalis 4, so you might as well just stay up, get your work done on time, and not have Friday videos be too terribly late like they typically are. The downside is my body starts rejecting that because I'm an old man now, and I can't do what I used to do. Back in the day, man, when I was a high schooler, when I was even in college, all-nighters, barely sleeping, all that stuff, that was, dude, I would do that all the time. I would do my usual school stuff, then I would go out and play Dungeons and Dragons, and then I would come home, and depending on what classes I had the next day in college, I would just stay up all night playing video games. There was one night where I spent the entire night playing Indigo Prophecy. Like, I spent the whole night playing Indigo Prophecy. That game, the only good game they've produced in a long time. I don't think Quantic Dream's games outside of Indigo Prophecy were very good. Maybe Omicron was good. I never played it. But in my opinion, the things like Heavy Rain I did not like. I hated Beyond Two Souls with a passion. Indigo Prophecy was excellent up until the last 5 minutes. Then it just got fucking crazy. David Cage is just such a pretentious prick with his storytelling. He's lucky that I like some of his games, though. But yeah, there was a night that I'll be able to stay up, back on topic, where I stayed up all night playing Indigo Prophecy, and that's not the only game I've done it for. I've done it for many, many games in the past. But now, if I try and do that, and obviously I'm trying to do it right now by staying up to hopefully fix my sleep schedule, my body just rejects that notion. It just rejects it so bad. It starts getting hot and cold and tired and not tired, dry mouth. Like, it is the weirdest shit to be doing this. It's obviously, it can't be healthy, right? Like, my body is obviously trying to tell me, Matt, this is not healthy. Please don't do this to me anymore, man. And I'm just like, fuck you, body. I do what I want. And it just responds by sweating profusely every once in a while. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know why it does it. But I can't do it anymore like I used to when I was like a young lad, which is unfortunate. I wish I could. Just seeing if there's an alarm going off, because there is a zombie in here at a minimum of 1. But we should be able to take him out, no problem. Now, he was banging on that door for a while. Banging on the trash can. Slamming on the street lights. Doug Funny song, because I can't remember the words. But he was banging on the door in there, right? So he's causing a huge ruckus. So if there are zombies in the other rooms, they should realistically be banging back on that door or be near that door. So if we open that door, we should be prepared that there's going to be zombies on the other side and deal with them appropriately. Now, the thing is, I'm having a hard time even getting in here because there's just a fuck ton of zombies as it is. And this place will not make a good safe house, let's put it that way, because of how dangerous the area is. But we're good. We'll take all of these right into the bag, please. A suture needle. Oh, shit, that's cool. Should be very careful. I don't want any zombies around. This is actually a really good haul. Better than last time we were here in our other life. By a long shot. The loot here this time around is quite good. It's actually kind of crazy. Also, we're going back, by the way, to my talking about my body rejecting it. How I can be exhausted 1 minute, and then the next minute, I feel like I have energy, and then maybe 5 minutes later, I'll be like, oh my god, I'm so tired again. It's really weird. I guarantee you, by the time we pass the 24-hour mark, which will be around 1 p.m. for me, once we pass that by a good hour or so, I'll be totally fine. Happens to me every time. I will be totally fine up until my face hits a pillow. Because as soon as my face hits a pillow, my body just shuts down all processes and is like, yeah, it's time to go to sleep. And I'll have wacky fucking dreams that are lucid as hell, or nightmares, because you have nightmares when you lose lack of sleep. That's your body trying to, from what I remember in psychology class, your body trying to basically do everything it was supposed to do the night before very quickly. Store memories and all that stuff and whatever it happens during your sleep. So I'm excited, you know, for a good sleep. I think that's the best part about staying up all night is the sleep afterward. The sleep the day after is my favorite part by a long shot, because it is just the best feeling. Just lay down and just know you're gonna be totally, it's like, all right, I don't have to do anything. I don't have to think. I don't have to work. I don't have to record. I don't have to edit. I can close my eyes and pass the fuck out. And then wake up at a decent hour. And the thing is too, I go to bed really early when I stay up all night. And I do that because I know I'm gonna sleep really late. Like I know I'm gonna sleep 10 or 12 hours. So I like to go to bed at like 6 p.m. and crash super hard. And then come 6 a.m. I'm wired. I'm wide awake and I'm feeling good. And then my body's back on what I would consider an ideal schedule for me. And I say for me because not everybody likes to get up at 6 a.m. I'm a kind of guy that likes to get up at 6 a.m. before the world's even awake, drive to my local coffee shop before anybody's there, get my regular coffees, bring back a little food for myself and Carrie, you know, spend a relaxing morning watching videos, having breakfast, and just generally enjoying myself. And then, all right, well, oh, Jesus fucking Christ on the stick. Holy shit, jalapeno. Wow, that scared me. Oh my god, Jesus, I have volume on really fucking loud. I've come to the realization that my volume is very loud right now. But yeah, that's my ideal. I like what I call the old man schedule. I like being awake way before anybody else and getting out there. I would prefer to do my errands in the morning too. Like if I need something at CVS or I need to go food shopping, we need groceries, I will go do that at 7 o'clock in the morning for so many good reasons. One, the market is fucking empty, and I love that. I love a quiet market. Something about an empty supermarket that is just soothing for me. I like wandering around an empty supermarket. It's just relaxing. I can just take my time and all that stuff and just enjoy it. Going out to run errands, like say maybe going to CVS or something, you know, there's not a lot of people there. I mean, I know I've had this discussion before, but working in the public service industry for 11 years and then some, has jaded me towards the public, and I don't like to be around them very much. At least I don't like to be around large crowds very much. I prefer small crowds. I like going into my coffee shop and having them know me and be able to get my coffee in the morning and not have to deal with like a line. I can kind of take my time and, you know, just generally be friendly. That's one thing I love doing, is being very personable with the clerks and stuff, and just being friendly with them. And when there's like a line and stuff, you kind of feel rushed. Well, you know, you don't kind of feel rushed. You're definitely rushed, and you don't have the time to do that. I don't know. I like that. And then I'm home by like, you know, at the very latest, if I'm going grocery shopping, say I have a full day of errands, I'm home by like 8:30, 9 o'clock, and I still have the whole fucking day ahead of me, man. I still have the whole day ahead of me, and I can just, you know, relax, have my breakfast, watch some Game Grumps or whatever I feel like popping on the YouTubes. And then by the time I'm done and I have my food in my stomach and I'm done doing my morning routine, I'm then ready and energized to do recording, and then I do some of my best work at that point because I'm feeling good. I'm feeling energized, as opposed to waking up really late. So what I'm doing instead is recording really late, and I'm recording. What is master trapping? I'll take that. So I'm recording really late, so I'm up really late, and my energy is a little bit off, and now I'm recording until 3 a.m., 4 a.m. or whatever. Doing, the usual, as opposed to doing it in the morning and then getting everything done. And then the other thing, too, about doing it in the morning is that while the videos are rendering and editing, I can catch up on video game news and get ready to, if I need to, tweet and interact with you guys, that's fun. If I need to do any research on a game coming out while my videos are rendering, I can play a game kind of solo for a bit and get a feel for it. I don't know. There's a lot of things you can do while you have the morning ahead of you. All right? That's what I'm saying. I just spent 11 minutes discussing my morning routine with you guys. Enjoy it. Just enjoy it. But all right, let's discuss the game here. First of all, try that again. First of all, the medical haul we just had was fucking impeccable. We just got a ton of really good supplies that are going to help us out massively. Where are we? We're off by a road. That's why I was very confused. We gotta go this way. We got a ton of really, really, really good medical supplies. That's gonna help us out greatly if we ever get hurt from maybe breaking a leg or cutting ourselves on a broken window. Things that can just happen in this game in general. We should not be hurting for medical supplies whatsoever. Got a little bit of food, so that's gonna bring us another day or two into survival without having to worry about food so much. Let's actually take a look here. Yeah, we got some soda, we got some cheese, some dog food, and some tuna. We got some suturing needles, which is cool. On top of that, we got, outside of the soda, we got a couple bottles of water. That shit is treasure in this game, let me tell you. Getting water bottles when the water is gone and out and not running anymore, that shit is invaluable. So keep that in mind. And make sure, when you see water, you make room for it. If you're carrying too much, you drop something you're carrying that's not as valuable as water, and you fucking carry that water home. We also killed a ton of zombies while we were out there. Almost over 200 zombies killed. And we're almost ready for another skill point to put in. I will probably put it in nimble. That's being able to kind of dip and weave between the zombies without getting scratched or bitten. The higher that skill, the less likely you are to get, bitten or injured from a zombie when you're in close encounters with them. Now, the other thing is we did break our bat while we were out there. Luckily, we had a spare one on us. Always leave your house with a spare weapon if you possibly can. We're going to go ahead and put the broken bat in here. Eventually, we'll get duct tape or something. We'll start doing some repairs. And let me pop some of this food away. For now. I know cheese doesn't go bad as far as I know. At least not anytime. I mean, in real life, it goes bad. But in the game, come on, motherfuckers. In the game, it doesn't go bad. But I like to keep it in the fridge anyway, because I don't know if cheese belongs in a fridge, and if you're not putting it in the fridge, you're a crazy person. That's just how I feel. Maybe I'm just a little bit cray-cray. I'm going to keep one orange soda on us, and then all these fucking... I guess we're keeping everything in here. Apparently that's what I said last time. I have a vague memory of saying that last time, so I might as well keep all this stuff in this second drawer. So let's go ahead and package it all up. And we can sort by type as well if we really want to. Let's go ahead and do this. Dog food's going to go here. Dog food's going to go right here. Try that again. And then we have a book that we can put away. But we're actually up later than I want to be. So let's go ahead and get our character in bed. I'm very curious what tomorrow is going to end up bringing. He's going to sleep for 12 hours. This dude is fucking insane. And then we'll head north, because north is still a lot of loot for us, and we can, devour that up. I can't wait to get some drink in me right now. I have, like, the driest mouth. Weird. I don't know what that's about. Also, for those who have been pointing it out, and I know there's a couple of you who have, and if a couple of you are pointing it out, then there's a bunch of you who notice it. My audio has apparently been a little bit off, and honestly, the reason for that is I'm using a different editing program than I used before. I'm using Adobe Premiere now. So the way it works is a little bit different. I'm not quite used to syncing up my audio and my visual as the way I'm supposed to do it here on we're gonna have cheese for breakfast, by the way. as opposed to how I did it on Sony Vegas Pro. I did sync up a little bit differently this episode. I tried something different, so hopefully that will fix the slight like desync issue I had. From what I understood is that I was always either slightly less than a second off, either ahead or behind the video. And I think it's mostly been ahead, and that bothers me to hear that. And I've been trying to fix it, but I'm not doing a very good job, obviously. So I'm gonna try doing a completely different way of syncing up my audio. And honestly, it really does not take any more time than this one does, but it should provide me a little bit of a bigger cue for me to see within the waveform that there is, you know, where it is for me to cut it off and where it is for me to sync up the audio and the visual. So I hope it works. Fingers crossed it works for you guys, for your sake. It's about you guys, not about me, obviously. And I want to make sure, you know, I'm not spoiling any surprise or anything by having my audio be slightly, ever so slightly ahead of the video. So I apologize about that, and I'm hoping that it's fixed for this video. I did try something to try and fix it. So far, by the way, not seeing zombies. So my guess is that it is not on the tick of the first of every month. It is on on the 1 month anniversary of your character's initial survival date. That would make sense. So there are quite a few zombies kind of showing up over here right now, but I think they were just leftovers that were just kind of around. So that's another skill point, and I'm definitely gonna pop this sucker in Nimble. Nimble's gonna give us a little bit of a defensive edge against these guys for a little while. I'm gonna continue clearing them out too. I mean, you know, if the respawning thing happens in a few more, you know, another week or two within the game, we're gonna see a lot more zombies here, and I'm gonna have to clear them out all over again. And the thing is, what's eventually gonna happen is that the loot is gonna be so far away that I'm gonna need to clear out zombies again, and there's gonna be so far away, and then zombies are gonna respawn. I'm gonna have to go through all these areas clearing out zombies for no loot. I'm just doing it to be able to traverse, and that's gonna cause a lot. That'll probably be, you know, if I survive that long, that'll be what eventually kills me. Yeah, it doesn't look like the zombies ended up respawning over here, which is fine because there's still quite a few over here anyway that I didn't really bother with because I was doing very particular things over here. But we'll hit up another house or two while we're here. Still knocking around some Zed heads. And speaking of zombie games and talking about zombie games, and I kind of have my brain on zombie games for one reason or another, maybe because it's probably I'm playing one. But there's a zombie game that I ended up just getting access to that officially released at the time of this recording, and that's Dead State. And a lot of people were talking about Dead State, and people were really excited for it. You know, it promised a lot of cool things. The combat is turn-based RPG like Fallout 1 and 2-ish, but there's still base and survivor management, a lot of it. So I'm excited to actually try that game out. I've put about 45 minutes into it so far, and honestly, that's not even scratching the surface of the game. So before I decide either whether I want to do a series on it or judge Mathis on it, or perhaps both, I want to put a little bit more time into it. Alright, we're going to clear these guys out because they're actually being a bit of a pain in the dick. There's quite a few of them, and I should be able to clear them out without much of an issue. Alright, maybe this one guy right here is going to be an issue. I kind of need my character to catch his breath before he's fully effective. Oh shit, there's a few zombies over there. I want to kill this one off. Like, that's the main one. We can kind of go back up this road and fight them on this road. But he was obviously the tough one and the fast one. Okay, he's dead. She's dead. And last but not least, we should be fine on this last one here. Awesome. Okay, so these zombies are dead. Very happy about that. We're actually going to take this time to wrap up this episode, and we will continue heading north and looting the buildings along the way, looking for some good loot. Hopefully coming across maybe another axe if we're lucky. But thank you guys so much for watching, as always. If you enjoyed it, come back next time for another exciting episode of the wonderful Wobulous Project Zomboid, and consider dropping a like, as your support on this series has been phenomenal, and it truly does, as I say every time, mean the world to me. As always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.